Welcome
to the New Mexico Momcast. I'm Vanessa Bush.
I'm Becca Lesko-Toops, and we are your new mom friends. Let's get some coffee sometime, or not. We are really excited to be beginning this journey on New Mexico Podcast, kind of bringing local moms together and discussing what it's like to be a mom here in the land of enchantment. We have an exciting show here today for you.
Yeah, we're talking all about why New Mexico is a great place to raise kids. So we're excited to also, as this Momcast continues, introduce you to different moms in our community doing great things. But today we're just going to talk, just the two of us, and get to know you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I hope you out there are excited with us. So if you're not, there's always next time.
Right. Becca, do you want to just introduce yourself a little bit? Like, what's your New Mexico story? How'd you end up here? What's your family look like? Yeah,
absolutely. I am a mom to 4 kids. We have a blended family. I have 3 biological children and 1 stepdaughter. And we have a little bit of everything sprinkled in there. We have teens, 17, 15, 13, and 7. So I'm doing driver's ed, homecoming, college, middle school, braces, and elementary school. Everything.
That's a lot of hormones in your house.
There's a lot of things. There's 3 girls too, so you just use your imagination. There's a lot of door slamming from time to time.
So much. Oh man.
I've lived in New Mexico off and on most of my life. I moved here in middle school and grew up. My formative years definitely spent here. Left for college, came back, moved away for jobs. I was relocated a few times for jobs, and just always have come back to the land of enchantment. I really, truly love it, and I've experienced East Coast, West Coast, a little further north. And I'm passionate and really, this is a soapbox moment for me always, but how much I love New Mexico. And I think it gets a really bad rap. Worst in this was, terrible education. But there are so many good things that I think go overlooked that make for a great quality of life. End of rant.
That was an outstanding soapbox.
What about you, Vanessa?
So I have 3 kids. And we have 1 in college, 1 in high school, 1 in middle school. And I have lived here for the past 14 years. We moved here for my husband's job, and New Mexico has really become home. I love it here. It's hard to imagine being anywhere else. It's my place. It's become my place.
Mm-hmm. I love it. And also I think that you said that really softly, but you have 1 in college. That means you successfully launched one of your children.
Well, the verdict is out. No, he's pretty great. And it's very new. He's only been in college for 10 days.
Sure.
So,
so
we'll
that
see
was
how
a big,
that goes.
big
But
thing.
it was big. And that's been a win, for me. It's that we did that. And I'm not crying in bed. I'm doing life.
You're high functioning here, and you did it. Yeah. He's local, so that's good too.
That really helps.
UNM.
I've seen him 5 times.
I think my mom win for the week, and I think I wanted to talk about just mom wins and celebrate, because I think a lot of times when we get together with our mom friends, we're like, this is really hard. And that's great. We can feel each other's feelings on that and be here for each other. And
sure. We don't want to sugarcoat life, mm-hmm. right?
But sometimes those small mom wins, get overlooked and kind of don't get celebrated. So I think my mom win for the week is I had some really tough but really good conversations with my teenage son this week. One of those things where I'd be kind of dreading, how am I going to have this conversation? I'm going to put it off and whatever. And I feel like we really connected and grew. And so I think that's a big win.
That's a huge win. To just have a conversation with a teenage son is a win.
It's true. To get the phone down, to get the eye contact and kind of connect. Yeah. So
for sure.
So that's my
win. My mom win is 1, dropping someone off at college, moving him in. That's a big deal for sure. But my other mom win, I really, it's a little more silly, but I think it's a good hack. So, there's only so many questions one can answer before 6:30 a.m. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, and she is really curious, which I think is great. And I'm so proud.
Precocious. I like it.
Yes, I'm really proud of her and so proud that she wants to learn. But she always asks me questions either in the car or first thing in the morning. And it's and so my go-to phrase is let's go look that up later, because it's super random stuff, guys. I am not going to know. But this morning while she was getting ready for school, I hear her talking to Alexa and
yeah.
asking all these questions. So she asked Alexa, how do meteorologists know where the hurricane's going to go?
Boom.
How do, what was it? She said, why do some people not celebrate birthdays? She has some Jehovah's Witnesses in her class, so she didn't know that. And what's an ammonite? Which I did have to go look up. It's like a snail. Anyway, that was all at 6:30. If she would have come and first thing asked me those things, that would have been hard. But I have outsourced parenting to Alexa. And I do feel like I am winning.
That's a big hack. And let's just recognize that we live in the future. That our kids are asking robots to answer their questions. It's good, but we're learning too. Because before, my parents were like, I don't know. Do we have an encyclopedia? I'm like, only A through D. Can't look it up. I don't know.
We couldn't afford
couldn't buy. I mean, you stopped after that. Those are heavy books.
They take up so much room.
So hey, congratulations on your wins. Also, Alexa's win. We're gonna have her as a guest on the podcast next week. So please tune in. So what we're excited to do is utilize our community and kind of bring that to whoever else kind of joins in. And so we've reached out to our ABQ Mom, which is our parent company, and utilize ask those moms why they chose to raise their kids here in New Mexico, in the land of enchantment, rather than anywhere else, Denver, Texas, wherever, Nashville.
We could be a lot of places.
Yeah, you could be sitting in Florida where you used to live and waiting for that hurricane.
I could be there. Woo! I feel like I feel great about this, but and so yeah, we did kind of poll our community of writers. So ABQ Mom is a website. It's like an online parenting resource, and it's like a magazine that's online, and we have a number of writers and contributors for that. So it's so many different voices, and we thought, well, why not bring those voices into this Momcast as well? And one thing we want to make sure that we mention is that we're not trying to pretend like there are no problems with New Mexico. I mean, obviously there are some things here, right?
Yeah.
There are some things, but I also think those things are incredibly complex and don't get solved overnight. And also, you don't just wake up one morning and think, I think I would like to, live a life of crime and be impoverished. Like, that's not a decision that you make in like one morning. And so all that to say, there's like some seriously challenging generational cycles going on. And I think that has a lot to do with the bad rap that New Mexico gets sometimes. And a lot of those problems, in my opinion, can be mitigated by involved, intentional parents and people choosing to break those cycles. And so if you're one of those mamas, you are brave and strong, and I am so proud of you. So also there's problems everywhere, right? They present
up. I feel like Vanessa's
you're brave and strong.
Thank you. No, this is really good and really relevant, and I think people just kind of brush over oh, New Mexico has such bad crime. It's like, also everywhere else also has a lot of crime.
Right. Sometimes it presents differently. The problems present differently, and sometimes they're a little more hidden, and I think sometimes here they're in your face. But you're never going to move somewhere and it be perfect. It's always going to have that underbelly. So, but what we're talking about now is why New Mexico is so great and why it is a good place to raise children.
Absolutely. So we have our first contributor that we're bringing on, Tanya Ellison, and she is going to talk to us about why she chose to raise her kids here.
Why is New Mexico a great place to raise kids? There's a few reasons we chose New Mexico to raise our kids. One is because we have a larger city with a small town feel. Everybody knows everybody, and for the most part, it is a close-knit community. Another reason we like New Mexico is because of the weather. There's basically, you can do anything at any time of the year out here. Last reason why I feel like New Mexico is a great place to raise kids goes back to that big city, small town feel where there are a lot of larger activities that we can do, but there's a lot of those small town hidden treasures that we like to do around the state as well.
So good.
Love that. Love that. So yeah, I love how she said there's a community feel. There really is. I mean, I haven't even lived here all my life, just 14 years. And I feel like every time I step out the door, I'm going to see someone I know, right?
It is like this, the big town big city, small town feel as you do. You run into people you know, you feel relevant. I've lived other places before where I felt like a very small fish in a very big pond and kind of like invisible. And sometimes it is harder to meet your community and to kind of get connected in those areas. Whereas there's a lot of infrastructure and there's a lot of connection. And I think because also the warmth of the people here,
For sure.
it is a lot easier to meet people than I've lived in Denver. I've lived in Las Vegas. I lived in New York. And those, sometimes you feel like you kind of get swept down the river a little bit in that way.
For sure. Yes. Yeah. And I particularly love it because I know so many people are looking out for my kids as they're growing up and they're out and about. And I get reports about what they are doing. And that's fine by me.
I have a not so fun story from high school along those lines. Definitely got at a concert. But my dad got a message and I got in trouble as soon as I got home. I was like, well, there it is.
My parents definitely should have known what I was doing. They needed that message. I had similar experience.
So accurate. Tanya also touched on something that we're going to hear as a very common thread through everyone's reason, and it's not to be unsung, is the weather.
No hurricanes. No earthquakes.
Nope. Comfortable.
Yes and amen.
Moderate. Yes, it gets a little hot in the summer, but again, what do we all say? It's dry heat. It's just dry heat. Got a little hotter this summer for sure, I think, than usual.
That was not bad.
But really lovely. That adds an element to the quality of life as well.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah. And the other thing that I feel like from Tanya, maybe she, obviously she's a writer for a reason for ABQ Mom, but that she said big city activities, small treasures.
So many small treasures. We mentioned earlier the Tinkertown Museum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not going to find that kind of thing anywhere in the world. It is so special and so unique. And a little weird but lovely.
Quirky. I'm gonna go with
that's
quirky.
That's a great word.
Also, like the Rattlesnake Museum. Let me tell you, you could spend a whole day with your kids, just go down there and explore the Rattlesnake Museum, and it's so just unique and random but wonderful.
So random.
It's like, oh, we're just gonna go look. I love surprising my kids too with like strange things like that, and don't tell them what you're gonna do, and you're just like, oh, we're just gonna check out rattlesnakes all day, and then I get cool mom points.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know that this has a couple locations now, but Meow Wolf was just here in New Mexico for a while, and it started here. And that is another thing. Like, we have that artist community that do great things like that. And it's, once again, very quirky and just a little odd, but in a beautiful way.
Well, and I've been to some of the other Meow Wolves, to be honest, and I still think ours kind of trumps in some ways because it is the first and very unique. It was the first. Yeah. So. And then, like, the Lavender Festival here is also another very unique, wonderful, charming situation you can attend. So, yeah, some great things.
All great things.
Well, we are going to move on to our next video. Next, I've got Diane Winkler, who is another contributor with a great video.
New Mexico is such a great place to raise your kids because there's so much natural beauty here, whether it's taking a hike in the Sandias or exploring the botanical gardens in Albuquerque. There's just so much natural beauty that we get to show our kids and that they get to experience.
Absolutely. It is gorgeous. I always say New Mexico is a hidden gem. And if more people knew about it, they would be flocking here because it's so beautiful. And I mean, I was just thinking about this last night because I was driving, picking all the kids up at all the different places, and the sun was setting and the Sandias were turning pink. And I'm like, how lucky are we that we get to see this every night? I mean, all cities do not have that.
I took my kids actually up to the foothills near the tram, and we watched the super blue moon last night. And I mean, I have friends and family that are other places. It was too overcast, it was too cloudy, and that's a one-off. But the giant, huge vistas that we have here are not to be taken lightly. The sunsets are unparalleled anywhere else in the world, and it's just such a beautiful, vast sky that we get to appreciate.
The skies are so special.
Yeah,
so special.
The other thing I didn't even realize till we were kind of doing some research for this podcast is that, did you know, Vanessa, we have 7 national parks here in New Mexico within driving distance?
I did not know that till you told me.
I mean, I could rattle them off here, but
I feel as though I need to visit some more because I'm sure I haven't been to all of them. But yeah, what are they?
It's really unique. So we have Carlsbad Caverns, White Sands, Bandelier, Chaco Canyon, the petroglyph, which I didn't realize the petroglyphs
It's a national monument.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, national.
Yes.
So I stand corrected.
Well, I feel like it's a
Google,
type
Alexa.
of national. Alexa, where is she when we need her? No, but it's a national monument, so
Okay.
it fits under the national park.
But it's literally right here in our backyard.
I think I could walk to there from my house.
So, and then the El Malpais,
Mm.
and Lincoln National Forest.
All right, I've got some traveling
Got some
to
trips
do.
to do, yeah.
I do.
I mean, the southern ones, Carlsbad and White Sand, you can kind of knock off together in one
Yeah,
trip.
yeah.
It's not necessarily there and back in one day.
I didn't, but you could.
But really incredible. So that, I mean, I think that just sets it aside that you can take those kinds of like excursions with your children, and it's not a big, huge family vacation for a week to go visit and knock all those off. So thank you, Diane, for that.
Yes, and do we want to hear from Paige? She has something a little bit along the same lines.
Mm-hmm.
I love raising my kids in New Mexico because of the gorgeous weather we have here. I love that you can get outside year-round. So in the summer, we love to go outside after dinner and ride our bikes in the cul-de-sac with our kids. And once the sun goes down, it is usually very, very comfortable to do that. We also love that in the winter, you can still get outside. You can put on a light sweatshirt. And for almost all of the winter months, you can be out at the zoo or the biopark or a park in town. With 3 little boys, having that ability to get out of the house and burn off energy has been so important to us. And we also love raising our kids in New Mexico just because of the wonderful, beautiful, down-to-earth, genuine people that we've met in this state. We just think it's full of some really great people.
I think it's full of great people too. But I love what she says about just like the real temperate weather.
Mm-hmm.
So I am from Florida originally, and there's like, I don't know, 6 months of the year where I don't go outside there. It's just too humid and hot. And I think the same would go for places like Phoenix. It's just
I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada,
Vegas, yeah.
and you just didn't go outside till it was dark because you'd get an instant headache because it was just so aggressively hot.
Right.
Yeah. No, and I mean, my family is from Michigan, where you get 6-foot snowdrifts and things.
Hard pass.
And I think we got a little taste of what that looked like to be like cooped up with your children in your house, not being able to leave, and how challenging that would be, and being able to just get outside and take a walk, take the dog for a walk, go to the park and throw a frisbee, something that we take for granted because it's always so readily available, even in December or whatever.
Yeah. And it's just so many clothes, so many layers. I don't have patience for that.
And this is something that no one has touched on yet, but is really, I'm passionate about, the lack of traffic.
Oh my goodness. It's a huge deal. So I was living near Miami before we moved here, and
people drive crazy down there.
Oh my goodness. I like whenever we go back, I have to like really psych myself up for the driving. But the work was 5 miles from my house, and it took at least 35 minutes to get there because you're just like sitting.
Just sit in traffic because there's so much congestion.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you were saying to me earlier about the airport, how challenging it is to get to so many airports. You have to kind of reserve half your day for that. And whereas my dad has a joke because he travels a lot, and like it literally is like 12 minutes from his doorstep to his gate in New Mexico, because the airport is just not overly, crowded, and it's just so
accessible.
Yeah. So whoever designed all of that Sunport, 2 thumbs
Great
way
job.
up. Yeah.
Great job. It's so easy to get in and out.
Way to go. We're pleased. So next, we're going to hear from Melissa Davis, another contributor, with her reasons.
Our family is coming up on a year of living in Albuquerque, moving here from Kansas City, the Midwest, here to Albuquerque, the West Side. And there are so many reasons to love raising kids here so far. And I guess the number one thing I would say is the amount of parks and outdoor activities there are to do. The weather is probably my favorite. I've never been a person who wanted to just talk about the weather, but ever since moving here, I talk about the weather a lot because I think it's amazing. I think it's so cool how warm and dry. I actually love the dry climate. I think it's great. The clouds look behind me, you can see the clouds. It just every day looks like a fake painted sky. There's so much to explore and the beauty. I also really love the culture here and how it's easy to teach my kids compassion and understanding for people who are different from them, because everyone's different here. Everyone's unique. And instead of everyone trying to hide and all look the same, I feel like people are willing to be unique and themselves. And I want my kids to be around people who are different than them and learn to love people who are different than them.
So good.
I love that. I love that. And it's so true. It's so true. It's really easy to be in community with people who are different from you. I remember the day that I realized this. We have some friends who are Navajo, and they live out on the Navajo reservation. And one day we had driven out to visit them near Cuba, and then we came back into town, and we're somewhere in the South Valley, and then we went home. And I was like, do you realize it was 6 hours and we just heard 3 different languages? We had heard Navajo and Spanish and English, and we're so close to home. And I'm like, how special is that? I don't know that everywhere is like that.
No, it's not. I mean, there are definitely different places that can be diverse, but I think, I could move to a suburb of whatever city and have my kid in a class where everyone looks the same and everyone, talks the same and has the same traditions at home. But there's such a rich tapestry of culture here that we're exposed to. Even the state fairs coming up, and they're, being able to go to the Indian village, go to the Spanish village, go to the African American village, and just sample those foods and get to know these people and have friends in their class that have different cultures and talk about that and their traditions, and kind of even bring some of those traditions into our families too.
That.
It's so wonderful.
You just made me so hungry.
I know.
All you did was say state fair.
The state fair's coming. It's right around the corner. So it's really special. But I love the opportunity to show our kids those things. And I love that she touched on that. And of course, the weather.
Yes, yeah. Oh, wait. Check for weather. And she also mentioned kind of a slower pace. And that's something that I really feel moving here from a pretty big city. Mm-hmm. Here's kind of a funny story. I had lived here for a month, and where we lived was just really intense driving, and there was no waiting at a stop sign for the other people to go. You didn't do that. You just went.
You just blasted through it.
Or you would wait forever. It's hard to explain driving in other places, but I had lived here for about a month, and I was like, I'm the rude person. It's me. I'm rude. So if 14 years ago somebody ran a stop sign in front of you, that was me.
Vanessa with her Miami driving skills.
So I had to revise. But I really love that slower pace. It's not a rat race. Sometimes that's frustrating, but most of the time I am like, oh, okay, we're not in a rat race. We can stop and talk
I'll
to people.
take the land of Manana over. I lived in New York, just outside the city, and the biggest thing for me, and I was 18 years old, but I realized no one looked you in the eye.
No.
In stores or anytime you checked out, you didn't feel any actual connection. Whereas people I feel are much more genuine and are there for that connection and open to that. So the slower pace, I'll take it. Thank you.
Yeah. For sure.
Good.
Well, we have just some questions that we're going to end each episode with. And so I think this week, Becca, I'm going to ask you our questions.
Here we go.
Yeah, but do you have a favorite local place to take your kids?
So I have a few, and I think it's seasonal. Different things are seasonal. In the summer, I'm a pool girl through and through. We have a small house with a swamp cooler, so if I have the opportunity, I am taking my children to the pool so they stop fighting in the house. Load up some snacks, so we're always doing that. We're up at High Point, and that's funny. I actually grew up going there, and I used to take tennis lessons there as a kid, so it's really special to take my kids, and literally nothing has changed there. Nothing.
That's true.
For better or worse.
There you go.
And so that's definitely my go-to during the warmer months for sure.
Love it. All right. What about a recommendation for us? What are you watching or listening to or reading that you recommend to our listeners?
Well, lots of options there. Watching. This is just a little bit about me. I'm really competitive into sports, and I play fantasy football with my husband. I'm the commissioner of a league, which is...
You're a commissioner.
It's weird. I'm not qualified, but I'm doing it. I'm organizationally qualified. So I've been watching a lot of the Hard Knocks on TV with my husband about inside the NFL, because if I'm connected, like even with the Olympics, if I'm emotionally connected to an athlete or a team or know their backstory or whatever, I'm like, yes, I believe fully. I've never been a Jets fan, but this year, Aaron Rodgers and the backstory and his receiver, like I am on board. So I'm definitely watching a lot of that. Listening, I'm always listening to different podcasts. I actually just discovered this week, because of our contributor who did our Takeover Tuesday for ABQ Mom, I discovered Shrink Chicks, which is a podcast. Oh my gosh. I was
It's really
like,
good.
I don't even know if I need to see a therapist anymore. They're going through so many good things. But it's two girls kind of bouncing back and forth, but they're therapists and they're talking about some really interesting
So great.
brain topics. So those are my two, watching and listening.
So good. I saw that she mentioned that. And I was like, I'm going to check that out. And then it has slipped my mind. So that's what I'll do on the drive home today.
Thanks, Rosa. Yeah.
Yeah, we have an Instagram Takeover Tuesday every week with different moms in the community just sharing their lives, and it's so interesting. So if you're not following us on Instagram, you should. ABQMom _. All right, Becca, your most embarrassing parenting moment.
I definitely have a slew to choose from, but one that came up in my mind is we were on a family trip to Orange County, and my youngest, she was a baby, and we'd rushed from, I think, the beach, and we were getting dressed and going to dinner because we had reservations. Because when we go out, we usually cook, the whole time. We'll have like one really nice dinner as a family or something like that.
That's a good idea.
And so we had, I think, reservations, and it was a really nice restaurant in Huntington Beach. And we were there, and we had forgotten to change my youngest swim diaper into a regular diaper. And if you know anything about swim diapers, they get full really fast. And they just swell with that water. So she's sitting
like
on my lap.
bottom.
Yes, and so she pees, and it just is all, the diaper's like, nope, I'm done, I'm at capacity, all over me, literally just puddles on the floor under my chair sitting in this restaurant. And it's funny, so I'm laughing. My older kids are laughing. My husband, I'm like, get napkins. And they have those nice starch napkins that don't absorb anything. They don't take anything. And I was like, I can't. And I think we just left. I couldn't do it.
Right, yeah. I feel like that's completely understandable.
Yeah. I was like, somebody else is going to have to, maybe they'll just think it's water and mop it up. It's fine.
I'm sure that's what happened. So last question, what is either the best parenting advice you have for us or the best parenting advice you've ever received?
Would I say the best? I don't know, but I would say that what I've learned in raising my kids is you're not raising yourself, and none of your kids are the same. So what works with number one isn't necessarily going to work with 2, 3, 4. And, just because you're giving yourself what you wanted when you were a child, that may not be what your daughter needs. She's obviously going to be a different person. And so nothing's cookie cutter, unfortunately.
No. So sometimes those pieces of advice like fall flat because they work for one kid and not for others.
Precisely.
And yes, that is absolutely true. Well, if you come back next week, you can hear Becca ask me the questions, but we are so glad you've joined us for the New Mexico Momcast today. We really appreciate it. You can find so much more content on our website, abqmom.com, and also we're on all the socials. Thanks again.